Okay, guys, this is me, Shawn Dexter John. I just shaved, okay, but I'm gonna finish shaving up. I'm gonna finish shaving my facial hair and everything else. But this is Shawn Dexter John, also known as Shawn D. John, and I graduated out of Howard University in 2007. Graduated out of the graduate school in 2009, and yeah, my social security number is 237-99-6640. I am providing the social security number for authentication purposes. I do have lookalikes who I do not want to incite any sort of criminal or some sort of breach of my privacy, or criminal activity or breach of my privacy. But I do want you guys to know this, okay? I'm not providing my social security number for any sort of investigatory or investigation purposes. I'm not inviting anyone, placing any criminal record or arrest record into my accounts or into my profile. I'm not asking for anyone to use my identity in any manner whatsoever. This is the Central Intelligence Agency, and INTERPOL has access to all of the government, all federal and subordinate governments, databases and networks and systems, and also private networks and systems, computer networks and systems. So we have surveillance, competency, and authority over everything related to government and associate matters, or even private matters when it comes to fraudulent activity or misadjusted activities related to government or not, whatever would serve as a detriment to the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL in doing its lawful and ethical job. But anyway, as you can see, this is the same person who went to Howard University, and oops, I need to place. Yeah, I need to put some lotion on my ashy knuckles. but anyway, this is the same Shawn Dexter John that graduated out of Howard University in 2007, who graduated out of Bunn High School in 2003 in Bunn, North Carolina. This is the same person who attended Osborne Park High School in Manassas, Virginia, in the academic year of 99-2000. This is the same individual who attended Jamestown High School in Williamsburg, Virginia. Well, essentially Jamestown, Virginia, but I'm pretty sure it's still part of Williamsburg, Virginia. And in the year 2001, the academic year 2000-2001. And this is the same person who was born in the Commonwealth of Dominica in 1985, but an American citizen, officially, culturally, via perspective, and via nurture. I've been in the United States of America ever since childhood. I've resided on the mainland ever since childhood, and I was not visiting the United States. While doing so, I visited the United States before I resided officially and continuously and uninterrupted in 99. So I visited in 95 and 96, me and my family members, from the Caribbean. But my American family, we moved to mainland United States in 99. Me and my brother first, and my dad and everyone else did show up a year later. So we are not here for visitation or diplomatic purposes. I am American. I run the United States government. I run our partnerships. I am the lead prosecutorial agent of the United Nations Security Council and every other entity associated with the United Nations Security Council. I've been training to be able to do my job effectively. I am who I say I am. Jesus Christ, I am who I say I am. No doubt about it. God, no doubt about it. Okay? For goodness sake, that's the truth. All right, so I have flaws that I've admitted, that I've had to endure people, pointing out, no matter what. And I anticipated that in entering this particular world in 1985. I anticipated before that particular point. We wrote the narrative points, and we allowed whatever in between to not get in the way of the narrative points. It was a humble sacrifice in going through what I went through, but I've been a field agent for the Central Intelligence Agency, damn near a slave, and we covered it up with the book, with the movie, the 12 years a slave. I was 12 years a field agent, a field slave of the Central Intelligence Agency. I acted poor, lived at associates and agents' houses from city to city, and at times at my parents' place in Canada. I visited my mom in Antigua and Barbuda. I audited the Caribbean, I audited Canada, I audited the United States of America, predominantly. So amongst those three regions, regions and countries. But anyway, yeah, I've done a lot of work, and ever since 12 years old, I was initiated. I was designated as the future world president, first world president of the United Nations world government. I'm going to be world president in 2044, elected by the General Assembly of the United Nations, the World Congress. That's what it's going to be known as colloquially. And in 2049, during my second term, or at the end of my first term, I'm going to sign the document officializing and establishing the Union of the Americas per the Constitution of the Americas, which I'm going to write, I'm going to author. So yeah. I'm humble. I don't want you guys to think that I'm not humble at all. I've kept my mouth shut ever since childhood, over the past 37 years, and over the past 2 years I've been declassifying, information and so forth, and revealing who I am. And it's no longer a secret, just to Masonic and federal agency families. So okay, guys. So there's nothing else to say on that particular matter, and. Yeah, the member governments of the United Nations, they are privy to the coordinates or the locations of my legal and political writings online. They can see everything, or it's being fed to them via portals, and they can also see my video recording, the publications via YouTube, or via relayed footages and so forth. So they are able to see what's going on. We have negotiated an alternate world war, global war, which will have no sort of dire consequence in the long run, so we can bring an end to nuclear warfare for good, an end to nuclear weapons, egregious nuclear weapons, WMDs for the most part, egregious WMDs, and continental military buildup, or military buildup in general, and so forth. A world war was being planned, and millions of people were going to die just to send the message that government runs everything. We intercepted it, the military buildup, the nuclear weapon buildup, everything. So the world has to be taught that it cannot do what it had planned, and it cannot attempt to dissolve the United Nations effectually, popularly, or officially, or however else. So that's that needed to be expressed, communicated.